Yeah, we're gonna do a quick go live now. I probably also want to sneak in a poll as well, but I kind of want to save it for when we do have the college events. Hold on. Yeah, it comes up to share to your groups, but then it disappears very quickly, so I don't get the chance to do it quite then and there. Oh well, I guess we can. Let's see if there's a way to do the share from here, like update information, health, shared stream. Actually, I'm very close to 50 followers, so yeah, thank you very much for your kind. What happens if I press share to stream? Yeah, I guess I should figure out something to do if we do get that one. Anyway, time to share this one with everyone. So, okay, we're gonna do this outside here. I'm gonna do the share from the desktop because it's a lot faster. Share to a group. Okay, so yeah, this one, we'll just do this one very quickly. Also, oh, no, I already shared to this group. Also need to do some verification of the audio. Finally got rid. I finally gave up on XSplit because yeah, sometimes because it sometimes do some weird things like I don't know, there's just a little bit of wonkiness here and there, so that's kind of why I'm up with that one. Anyway, so time to share with the rest of the world, and we should be live shortly. So hey, thank you for tuning in. If you please do drop a greeting. I'm actually going to I'm gonna actually log into this one now. Live shortly. Okay, good. So there you go. Now I know the audio is working. Now we can begin. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. Today we are doing another premier draft of Strixhaven. Gonna spend that beautiful token entry. And yeah, this one should fill up really fast. I've learned quite a bit of a lot since then. Primarily which drafts I should focus on. Hey, someone gave a heart. Thank you very much. Hey Ethan, nice to see you. How are you doing? I heard that I heard that internship is getting really hard and all that. Also, you've been doing a lot of recent work lately. So, yeah, keep up the good work. And we're waiting for 2 people. Come on, it's not that hard. Okay, 1 more person. Just waiting for 1 more person. Come on. Oh, this is gonna be really dumb. If this times out, we're waiting all over again. I'm very sorry, guys. Yeah, it looks like we're waiting again. Well, sometimes it happens. We have to do it all over. Oh wait, yep, we're waiting again. Yeah, we have to. This is sometimes what happens when. Okay, now please everyone be ready this time. There you go. Okay, time to draft now. So, this is my how many silver? This would be my 2nd silver quill silencer. I'm trying to avoid going into white black because this one's a bit of a tough one to pick. It's you're really guessing into all that. Safest pick, Introduction to Annihilation. Basic, because I want to get into green blue or blue red. Nothing primary to hit on those plays. I might just take the Introduction just to be on the safe side. It's always good to have at least 1 copy of Introduction to Annihilation. Otherwise, Witherbloom Pledge Mage is probably the next best one. Actually, Emergent Sequence. This is good ramp. I think I'll just take the Emergent Sequence here for now. Passing the rare is not. Oh hey, never mind. We got the good. We got the rare to follow up with it. So Manifestation Sage. So we want to have a bit of card draw. I'm hoping to pop quiz wheels, but let's see. Otherwise, Mascot Interception might be fine. Field Trip would be nice. We're definitely taking the Manifestation Sage here, though. We might as well have at least 1 decent rare, and I want to plant my flag on green-blue. I want to see if that pans out. If it doesn't pan out, so be it. But at least we have some sort of a plan, like turn 2 Emergent Sequence, turn 3 Manifestation Sage. We should have about. We might still have about 4 cards at that point. So a 2/2 with a 4/4 is not bad, actually. That said, this is horrible as a this is really horrible as a late pit drop, but it's fine as an early drop. I'd go with that at least. So we're also okay. Umbral Duke, Honor Troll. Honor Troll's really more for the Witherbloom class. You got the Relentless Amplimancer. Not much in removal. There's a Cure Rate, which is fine but not great. I might just take Pest Summoning because it's quite decent here. It's either Pest Summoning or Honor Troll. I'm trying to avoid Witherbloom, but well, funny. I'm trying to avoid Witherbloom, but my first thought is to take. Actually, we could just take Umbral Juke. This is removal, but I'm trying to avoid Witherbloom. At least Pest Summoning, I can cast it for double green. This one I could cast for single green, so 2/3. Yeah, we'll take the Pest Summoning. This one's a bit more along the speculative lines. Okay, Mercurial Transformation, meh, not great. It's looking like blue is drying up really badly, and we do have better cards like Moldering Karok. It's fine. Mage Hunter's Onslaught is removal, but it is double black. I'm tempted to take this one though. Like, I can just go green-black. I can ditch the Manifestation Sage. That's a plan. But we generally want stuff like the Karok more. No, we'll take the removal first. Because I definitely don't want reject them, and the Mercurial Transformation's not so great. So this is going to be this might be a disaster because we are looking at the same thing that we did last time. We tried to plant our flag into one college, but we ended up flip-flopping. At least this time the flip-flop is a lot earlier, so yep, okay, there's a Rise of Extus, but yeah, we can say goodbye to Quandrix, though I can play that for quad green, I guess. I'm gonna take Spectre of Defense. It's at least evasive in flying. There's Rise of Extus as another removal, but that's very late. I think we might get it back. So let's say the Manifestation Sage is on the side for now. Oh, good, perfect. We got Hunt for Specimens. We also got an Environmental Sciences. There's also a Biomathematician this late. Do we ditch this altogether and go for this? Because Biomathematician into Manifestation Sage is not bad. Or actually, it's actually the other way around. I'm gonna go for Hunt. So yeah, because it looks like we're getting past a good amount of black, and yeah, we got Infused with Vitality. We got a Fractal Summoning, which is probably good as a lesson. We can also take the other Biomathematician. I'm actually gonna take the Fractal Summoning. So I'm gonna put the summonings to the side for now. We still have some decisions to make here, but it's very unlikely that the Manifestation Sage is gonna make the cut. And we don't exactly have, well, we're not exactly swimming in Magecraft triggers. So, okay. There's a Promising Dusk Mage. There's a Silver Quill Pledge Mage, which has a Magecraft trigger. Not taking Elemental something. I'm actually more likely to take Quandrix Campus here. Because this is probably the best time to take that one now. And we got the Duress back. Oh, no one's really into Silver Quill. Looks like everyone's been listening to LSB and limited resources. I will take Spectre of Defense though. So basically, we're passing someone a really good Silver Quill deck. So it's really a question. But also the other thing that's weird is that we got past running Biomathematicians back to back. So considering that, we pretty much jumped the... Oh, we got the field trip though. We've pretty much jumped the Quandrix plan already. We should be in Witherbloom at this point. So it's a question of, okay, Promising Dusk Mage, Crushing Disappointment. We do need some sort of card draw. We do have 2 learn cards, so so 2 learns, 2 lessons. That's about fine. Inkling Summoning. Oh, we got the Moldering Karok back, so Wow, I really normally would take Inkling Summoning here, but we're gonna take the Karok here. We're gonna be on the lookout for gain life tricks. It's kind of sad we passed the Honor Troll, but we kind of wanted to get into Quandrix, and it's still fine, I guess. Yeah, here's an unwilling ingredient. Yeah, we should also be on the lookout for. Let's see, what else? What are we on the lookout? Okay, Scurry Colony is fine here. No one's in Silver Quill right now. If we had gone into that, that'd be fine. There's a basic Conjuration, which is okay, but not great. There's an Agonizing Remorse. There's an Overgrown Arch. We can sacrifice to learn. There's another Moldering Karok, though. This one's interesting if we have other life gain tricks, but we... Hi, what platforms am I streaming on? Currently, so Patrick, I'm currently only streaming on Facebook. I will post this on YouTube usually a day later, but that's pretty much it. I don't know if I have the bandwidth to do a split stream, or I'm gonna work on that one day. So I'm probably gonna take the other Karok though. There's an argument for Overgrown Arch, not much for the basic Conjuration. Also note that this was a double rare pack. Oh, nice. So let's see. We want to get... Okay, so we're going to hold on that one. We want to get Hunt for Specimens back. Spine Karok is fine as a get back. Environmental Sciences is fine as a get back. But we are definitely taking... No, I do other games once in a while, but that's usually for Facebook. That's usually on YouTube. But it's been kind of slow. Oh, so I have to decide between one of these two. Mostly likely the Blood Researcher because I already have double Karok. I would like to do other games once in a while, though. As far as the one game that takes most of my time, it really is Magic the Gathering. I don't mind it; it's perfectly fine. Novice Dissector, Spectre of Defense. I could start sniping Biomathematicians. Also, we currently only... Well, it's okay. This one's fine actually. Well, I don't like having another 4-drop though. Could be worse. I'll just take it for now. Got an Arrogant Poet, got the Rise of Exodus, got Springmane Servant. We're gonna take probably the Archway Commons. I would like to take the Servant actually. But the last time, well, this time our deck is a lot more solid. But I kind of want to take at least one Archway Commons just in case. I might be taking this way too early. I can see an argument for taking one of these two instead, or even the Rise to Exodus. Okay, we got a good payoff in Biogruff. There's a nice Growth Spiral I'd like to take. Can you give me any tips when I can use when drafting? Well, the number one tip I can give in drafting is don't be discouraged, but be introspective about why you lost. I'll give Kaldheim as a very good example. Like, I was on a very big losing streak in Kaldheim. I think it's only my last draft that was the greatest. Gonna take the Inkling Summoning here because we don't have enough creatures for the... Another Karok. We're gonna have too many 4-drops, but I think we're gonna have too many 4-drops. I'm gonna take the Amplimancer for now. There's an argument for Containment Breach. Actually, yeah, I'll take the Containment Breach first. Another Quandrix Campus. Another Unwilling Ingredient. The Unwilling Ingredient is actually fine. Spine Karok is kinda okay. I think I want the Unwilling Ingredient though. Just for this one. Oh, it's our second one already. Silver Quill Campus. Charge True. No, that's just cycling. I will take the Professor's Warning here. Yeah, so where was I? Yes. It's really about being introspective. Like, during Kaldheim, I was losing quite a lot. I think I got like 1 win, 2 wins, 1 win, and it would be really devastating from there. And usually, it's about trying to notice patterns behind your losses and notice patterns on the few times that you do win. So I kind of want to take the Spine Karok. Big play is actually fine. So what happened was I figured that that one was really centered more on it centered more on creature resiliency rather than synergy. So off the bat, I immediately dismissed a lot of the archetypes. Well, though I did have to experience some of them firsthand, like green-black, that was too squishy. White-black, I never got around to it, but I figured that it's either you snowball early or you collapse right after. It the same way black-red, less squishy because they had a few X3 creatures, but that's how it went. It turned out that if I wanted to go tribal, it's literally just giants. If I wanted to get any other semblance, you have to have some snow synergies. Those were pretty much the two that worked. But it's really learning from mistakes, learning from failure in a sense. You know what? I will take a biomathematician this time because there's a chance that we might get a few on the comeback. We kind of need a lot of extra creatures, so at least we are semi-prepared for a splash if ever it comes to that. Semi-prepared, but not completely prepared. We have like 2 ways to splash for blue right now. Remember, field trip is just green only, so... And it's not so great considering we're black heavy at this point. Well, the pop quiz is good though. So other tips I can think of is... If you can go to Draft Sim, basically what you do is you run through as many test drafts as possible, then you try to analyze your sequences from there. That's one way to... It's in a sense it's called getting as much experience as soon as possible. Like I remember there's an old saying. This one was actually I read from a Tom Clancy, not novel, but an actual Tom Clancy book. Ooh, Spectral Proctor, Gift of Estates. Kind of want to take the campus guide, but I kind of want to at least take one rare here. So I'm gonna take this. I'm just gonna take one rare only because this. Well, there's an Umbral Juke though. It's fine, I'll take that one. There's another rare, but I probably want to take the Lash of Malice or the Decisive Denial. Spell Satchel is kind of fine too. The Campus Guide is still there. Campus Guide is still reasonably fine. I'll take the Lash of Malice. So yeah, so what I was saying is that one interview with Air Force, they did a study where those who survived their first 10 sorties tended to last a very long time. As in, like, they became really the best of the best at that point. So one thing they did was, okay, we're definitely taking the Deadly Brew here. Mage Duel is great also. Eye Twitch is fine. Just getting a little extra removal because we only have 1 pinpoint removal at this point. So the idea, what they did was they would have training exercises every year to kind of accelerate that 10 sortie routine. So in the same way, kind of what I did a few times before this started was like I would just crank test draft after test draft, see what cards were coming through, see what cards were not. I did understand that there is a very good likelihood that what I'm seeing might not necessarily apply in real life, but it's a good way to start noticing early what are the possible synergies to look out for in each color. What am I looking out for? And that way it's a lot faster. We're not reading through many cards. Most of the time it's really deciding early which card and which college I'm essentially getting into. That's kind of the plan. And from there it's taking note of other people's analysis from there. Like really good timing actually. Okay, there's a 10 the pests, but how many our largest creatures in X3. The Blood Researcher could get big also. 10 the pest is fine. The Tenured Inkcaster might combo a bit, so I'm actually gonna take this one. Also do note that we didn't exactly get a lot of there's another Strixhaven Stadium that, yeah, for good reason nobody wants. Do I want the Cogword Archivist? It's a 4/5 with reach, and we don't exactly have a big creature, so this is really more of a why not. I could ramp with this one, I guess, but this one's really bad. But this one's no better either. Take note, there's a really late heated debate. I'll just take the Cogword. There's a Rush Rebirth, which is not great either. There's an Introduction to Prophecy, which is fine. I could take the Arrogant Poet, but no, we'll take the introduction. I don't mind loading my sideboard at this point. Got another Lash of Malice, so we have early control. So that's pretty much the early plan here. Another Scurrid Colony, another... Oh, yeah, so we kind of solidified our pick into... We kind of solidified our place, but it's a question of what do we take. Do I want another... I don't want another 4-drop. Yeah, we'll take the other Pest Summoning. I should also do a check for how many learn cards are there. You have to mentally remember that. Silver Quill Apprentice, yeah, Infused with Vitality. Probably not gonna run that. Yeah, I'll continue the discussion a little bit more after this, but yeah. So basically, there was an episode in LR where they gave their initial discussions. They kind of placed Quandrix and Prismari on top. That's kind of why I was leaning towards Quandrix early, but even then, if you see a ship sail way past, that ship is gone. So be it. Spell Satchel's fine. And what happened? So I was still keeping up the possibility I might get into that, but it didn't. If it doesn't pan out, it sometimes doesn't pan out. Even with the too late biomathematicians, this one I learned from my earlier experience. Splitting evenly between all three colors is a really horrible idea, unless you have a lot of mana fixing, and in this case, I don't. This would be one mint mill card. Well, this one I'm more likely to run, but I'm not happy with Square Up, so don't treat that as anything. Also note, I do have too many unwilling ingredients here, so I will definitely make some cuts in the early part. We'll take a look at what we could cut here. Also note, let's see, we got 1, 2, 3 learn cards. So 3 learn cards is kind of fine. Yeah, let's first put the art. There's no reason for me to put any of these. This one's tempting, but no, I don't. We're actually heavy black at this point, so we're not going to do that. So I definitely want to make some cuts here. So 12 and 13, technically our learn spells are kind of creatures. Like this one is a 1/1 creature. That gets us another spell. This one kind of gets us a spell. The Cram Session is the odd one out, but I'm still gonna keep it. Not too sure. Okay, maybe the Crushing Disappointment can go. The Cogwork Archivist probably can go as well. Like I would rather cut the 4 actually. Like I could just cut 1 Spectre. But I'm actually fine with this 3 Spectres, 2 more. Yeah. 5 4s. What's our other 4? Oh, Mage Hunter's Onslaught. That one stays. The Blood Researchers are fine. So we have a good sequence here. This one's at least is evasive, so I don't mind having a triple of that. Definitely need to make one more cut. Probably Professor's Warning is the weakest one there. I'm going to cut that initially. Not too sure what else we can get from that one. And I'm technically Team Lorehold. That's kind of who I am, so don't mind the sleeves. I personally would prefer a few more learn, but otherwise we do have access to, we're 40 cards with access to, these 2 are fine. We can access this late, but it's not exciting. Our main lessons are essentially creatures, so Pest Summoning, Inkling Summoning, those are our main draws. We have access to sideboard Containment Breach, which is fine. And yeah, see, I kind of would have preferred having the black removal, but that's also fine as well. So we're gonna start this off as is. But yeah, there are so many minor tips, but really it's all about the biggest tip I can give is really, it's all about experience. It's all about getting the amount of plays, not getting too. There are moments where you will get frustrated. That's fine. At the heat of the moment, get frustrated, but don't forget to step back and be introspective. Take a look at how things are going. So this one is fine. So in the odd setup where our opponent has early drops, we have Lash of Malice. Otherwise, okay. So the Archway Commons is a bit awkward, but technically we can Symbology. Oh no, it's fine. So we can Lash of Malice, then Ding for 1. So we kind of have it good right now. Other multiple tips are like the stuff that you read from the pre-release primers, like you want to have 17 lands. You know, like those are good baselines to begin with. There's nothing wrong with them as baselines. Just don't rely but do be willing to make changes from baselines, as in though start off with baselines if you're not sure what you're doing. Don't be afraid to buck the baseline if you're very sure you know what you're doing at that point. Stonebound Mentor. And with that, yeah, I got the best use out of the 2 weakest removal spells. That one's not exactly card advantage, but then again, I'm not expecting to be able to remove something big. If I have to basically save the Putrefy for as long as possible, especially against Lorehold, they have reasonably big creatures. Our opponent might be a bit furious right now. I have to also be careful about exile shenanigans because we are feeding their graveyard at this point. Yeah, our opponent doing this pretty much means they don't really have much of anything else to do. So what would I like? I kind of want to hold up the Putrefy for as long as possible. This one's not exact. I kind of want to just play the Moldering Karok, force our opponent to actually start removing stuff. Yeah, we did hit our Cogwork Archivist, so I'm actually going to just play the Moldering Karok first. Make our opponent feel slightly comfortable, or at least I want to be sure I'm going to spend the Putrefy on something that's more worth it than a 3/3 for 2 mana. Then again, our opponent might have a Lorehold command, which would be really sad, but... Okay, we got ourselves a Cram Session. I can take Fractal Summoning to give myself an X3. I can take Inklings. Yes, since our opponent is kind of gumming up the ground at this point, we're just gonna take the Inkling Summoning. I can offer the trade, but I suspect our opponent has some pump effects. So opponent goes Heated Debate. That's fine. Our opponent was going to do it anyway. So if I draw an extra land, I can hold this. Target spirit or instant or sorcery. So most likely returns the Heated Debate. That's probably the best thing they can do. Deadly Brew. I want to see if our opponent doesn't trade. So definitely the Deadly Brew. They will sack the Pledge Mage. Get ourselves a Moldering Karok. Oh, opponent actually got the effigy. So I'm actually gonna let him play the effigy out first. I kind of... This is each opponent's, not any target, so... Velomachus Lore Hold. I knew there was a reason I held this back. Opponent now in the depths of despair when they start swinging in. Now, since I don't have actual reanimation strategies, I can actually start putting stuff back on the bottom. Opponent plays Fuming Effigy. I'm still gonna swing with Inkling here just to force the trade here. Opponent knows we got the value back. Field Trip! Oh, it puts it into play tap, so... Let's see. Another Pest Summoning. I'm gonna go Fractal Summoning here. I could cast it for 1, but I'm actually gonna go for 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna go for a 5. So we made the most out of our field spells. That's the good news there. You have to be careful. Our opponent could still have a lot more gas, but yeah, definitely still a Prince format, I would say, though not as bad. Exile a creature card, create the tap. I actually don't remember this from this set. So Gat's flying. It makes blocking interesting. Well, actually, it means I can't just keep swinging with this one. I can still swing with this, though. Okay, there's the spell that gives first strike. I need to remember if that's an instant or sorcery. I'm gonna assume it's an instant and not block. We'll see what our opponent ends up discarding. Most likely it's just a land. Ooh, nice sequence. Oh, so that's gonna actually synergize with... That's gonna synergize with these two. Ooh, nice. So, you know what, might as well... Might as well slightly ruin them a bit. Like, I can actually hold this up to... If they spend their 6... Well, it actually helps them out a bit too. That said, they're either going to remove it one way or another, so I want to limit it to just one. So this is 2 mana, so 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I don't think we're going to do that. That's it, I am still gonna swing with these two. If I can convince our opponent to chump block with this one, I will take out... I'll take out Mentor because this one already did its job, so to speak. They did have a pump effect after all. +2, +2, and +2. Okay, so at least we got that out of the way. So we get to play Moldering Karoks to regain life a bit. We do need some extra help now. Do I have another learn card? Oh, opponent's cast. Do I have another learn card? No, that's all my learn cards. So I have no more access to study at this. I have no more access to my learn cards at this point. This is to hand, right? Yeah. Really curious as to why our opponent did not get back Heated Debate. If our opponent has one more combat trick, I will be a bit cross, but sometimes that's how it goes. At least we have a moral victory. We took out our opponent's big... Do they have a pump effect? Heated Debate. That's fine. It also delays this one. So opponent probably swings in for 4. They kind of want to... Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They don't have the mana to swing and cast. I think our opponent should have just swung with this one and... That's 8 mana. That's... Because it's 5 for this one, 6 for this one. Opponent needs to make up their mind what they want to do. I don't mind trading Karok for the Fuming Effigy at this point. Because it ETB's tapped. That's kind of okay with me, so I can kind of hold this back. I do need more gas at this point though. 9. With 8 lands left, 8 out of 21, so... So I'm probably willing to just, okay, so take note. This does not tap to activate its ability. It's just a shame I'm 1 mana short of activating it now, but... I can kind of survive at this point. We will just take the tree here. If our opponent doesn't swing, I'm just gonna keep gunning our opponent down with this, I guess. So we got 9 mana. Okay, no. Okay. Someone mentioned me in a comment. Be nice, another Karok. And gonna hold this back because it still blocks. Yeah, a bit sad, but it's fine. I kind of anticipated this one happening. So what are we waiting? So we're yeah, opponent making very good use of Lorehold Excavation. Okay, also good learn as well. Yeah, probably could have just triggered this one first. So now there's a 4/4 I have to worry about. Yeah, that... How many burn spells was that? 1, 2... That was 3 burn spells. So opponent draws and it's draw and discard, right? Yeah. They're forced to draw and discard, so they need to decide which is more important. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, we're gonna get dinged by this one. We got okay, Umbral shoot. Interesting. Hold on. 4, 5, 6, 7. Because if I make him sacrifice, he just sacrifices one of these. So the best bet is actually to block the flyer here. Block the flyer, trade with this one, figure out something for this one. Yeah, opponent. Yeah, that was kind of good game already. Yeah, how many big spells did our opponent... Yeah, it's generally hitting the big spells is the important part here. Yeah, I'm just gonna cast this. I'm just gonna cast this out of peak. I'm just gonna cast this out of peak, but that's about it. So we didn't exactly do very well there. We kind of ran out the cards in the end. I'm thinking of putting back the card draw spell now. That actually benefits us more than the opponent. So we're going to put that one back in. I'm also gonna be on the lookout to see maybe I add more creatures. So let's see what we learned from this one here. Yeah, fractals. So we only got 3 shots, so we don't have that much in the way of choice. I definitely want the Crushing Disappointment in, so I'm going to cut the Unwilling Ingredient. An argument can be made for just main decking the fractals. I can actually just main deck 1 Pest Summoning, cut another Unwilling Ingredient. That is my card draw though. Like, Unwilling Ingredient is you draw a card, use a life. It's an early creature. But as a creature, it's very sad though. The Archivist is fine. That one's okay. Big Play is gonna be fine also. Emergency Sequence. I'm gonna try it like this. I'm gonna cut out some the what do you call this, the relatively inconsequential 1-drops. Like, sure, I would like to have early 1-drop, but more often than not, it's really just used as fodder here. So, and we don't exactly have that many fodder shots. So we got a decent one. We can hold up Lash of Malice if we have to. We got an early Scurried Colony. This is the part where having a lot of 4-drops is going to come back to bite us. Opponent is in. But I might as well do that now. It's not because the Lash of Malice is really designed for those early plays, and stealing, taking the sails out of that is quite important. Reckless Amplimancer. I might just offer a trade here. Yeah, I'm probably gonna just offer the trade. Like, sure, my creature gets bigger than the opponent's creature, but it's a ways away from happening. I can actually see an argument for maybe more Crocodiles instead of Specters. That's actually fine. That's a cycle. Okay. So I'm actually waiting for our opponent to drop their big guns. Okay. Yeah, that's a big gun that they're expecting. We got 5 mana. We can go for our own Fractal Summoning. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're kind of willing to race because we know what we have in hand. Like, our opponent drops a 4/4, we can snipe it. And we can get in for 6. We can also do a big play. I actually like that better. Yeah, 6/6 beats 4/4 any day of the week. Well, I'm not going to do X equals 1 at this point. Technically, I probably should. Because there's a very good chance I'm casting one of these other spells. Like, there's a 7/7. Let's see if our opponent has a Snakeskin Veil. And Now if we draw one more mana, that's it. The Spectre of Defense will carry us through. Actually, no! Crushing Disappointment's gonna do it. Let's see what our opponent does. Biomathematician. Biomathematician. They could... Nope! They did not have the counter spell. So we got our first win. Actually, I'm actually glad for this one. It's literally my first win from doing drafts. My first draft was last week. You might have seen it. That was a big disaster. But we got our win. We got our first win. Yes. So it's really about it kind of takes advantage of the fact that Quandrix is pretty much a one. Is like a lot of the big decks like Quandrix, Prismari, they're pretty much playing threats one at a time. That Lorehold one, kind of a bit poo-pooed on, but they did have one. It did have one interesting advantage, which was that it was able to accrue a lot of advantage over time. Yikes! We have to mulligan this one. Like, I'm not playing anything early, and we saw how important that is. So definitely, definitely keeping this. So we're gonna bin the Deadly Brew. Opponent gets to go first, so we're knocking on wood that the emergent sequence lands. So we can at least field trip, or at least we draw another land sometime soon. Okay. Now watch our opponent have the removal spell to wreck us completely. We have more double black, so I'm gonna go for that. Oh, it's a 2/2? For each land you had enter under... Oh, okay, so if you play a land and cast this, it's a 2/2. Play land? No. Don't want to take Fractal Summoning this early. I might actually just take Inkling Summoning. There's an argument for Pest Summoning also. I'll take Inkling. We're not playing that land. So next turn we do have 3 mana. Knock on wood. If somehow our opponent removes this, we can still play Scurried Colony. I'm assuming our opponent has a shot on that one. So we're taking a few early beats. That's fine. Taking a lot of early beats, that's fine. I can just play the Blood Researcher. No, we're gonna play the Inkling Summoning because our opponent has seen that card already. It's also a nice juicy target for burn, so it's fine. I'm actually willing to just throw this in front of the Tome Shredder if I have to. Hey, someone throwing the wheel on the detention vortex. Someone wheeling all the reactions. How are you doing there? Let's see. Did it finally land on a? Oh, I didn't see if it landed on a like or not, so I can't tell who. So yeah, do let me know who you are. So I can just pay the 3 mana to crack this one, but just not great. I'm probably gonna build up my board since. This feels like a bad idea, though. I don't like the idea of building up, flooding with X2s. I'm expecting our opponent to have a Wrath effects. Wait, what's a mass damage effect? I'm trying to think of something. Oh, it doesn't have it. So I'm actually gonna just swing. I'm actually gonna swing with this part of the team. Let's see if our opponent snipes anything. Study Break, tap up to 2. Okay, more learning. I think it's possible our opponent might be missing white. Okay. Hold on, let's do a check. I can swing with this one, make him think he's clever, then putrefy in response, but that feels like a huge waste. Yeah, I want him to invest on this now. Opponent seems to be stuck on mana. Dueling Coach. Okay, who does he put it on? Puts it on itself. On each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it. Yeah, I think that's worth sniping. This is worth sniping. So we got a Lash of Malice, so that's something. So let's see how our opponent responds. Yeah, inefficient, but I'll take it. And we play Spectre now. So I'm tempted. So next turn I have to decide between Cogware Archivist or just gunning down with Spectre, I guess. Depends on how close things are. Opponent plays Fuming Effigy. Okay, we might actually get there. Actually, our opponent's forced to play another creature just to block the Blood Researcher. We can kind of semi-pump it, so it will still be enough to snipe the Fuming Effigy. Yeah, our opponent getting stuck on mana really hurt them. The Lorehold deck seems to be semi-intensive also. You could play it in aggro style. There are enough cheap creatures that you can run it as an aggro deck, but I don't think that's the build our opponent went with. Also, to quote limited resources, friends do not let friends play the Attention Vortex. So yeah, Spirit Summoning. Yeah, that's a concession block if I've seen any. Like I got 6 technically I have 8 damage on board right now actually. Our opponent might have. I'm trying to think of a 1 mana. But yeah, this Swords to Plowshares, nice. But I gained the life, so yeah. Well, that was interesting to see our opponent hold up for that. So at least they got a nice swords. I'll give them that. I actually should let Patrick know. I should respond as page though. Oh hey, so yeah, that's why. So Ethan get HS Schneider. Thank you for throwing a like there. Thank you for catching my attention. Though, yeah. So looks like it. I have to switch so that I could see who's actually doing the like and whatnot. Yes, Facebook things. Okay, so we're at 2 wins now, which is 2 more better than the last game, than the last draft. Yeah, that last draft was a disaster. This one is doing a lot better, so yeah, it can be said that sticking to one college as much as possible is, yeah, consistency. Nothing can beat consistency. That said, there are still tier levels, and like for example, like for well, we have to note that Quandrix ramping is pretty much, it's still mostly forest, so you, yeah, a little bit of beware on that one. This one is concerning. We got 2 lands and a field trip, but if I don't draw any actual other land, this one scares me. I'm willing to keep this one as a risk, but let's see. Here's the thing. It either gets worse or gets better. So we got 2 turns to draw a land. So we are at 15 out over 15 over 33. So slightly less than 50%. Let's mulligan. Okay, this is better. We got our 3 lands. I can bin the pest summoning. I can actually bin crushing disappointment, but since we're going to be down a card, I think I'm going to bin the pest summoning. Yeah, just a little quick math there. Ooh, emergent sequence. So we played the land, so this will be at least a 2/2. Reject! That's kind of fine. So, depending what our opponent does, nothing. Let's see. Okay, we have 5 mana technically, so fractal summoning is in consideration. We do have a deadly brew. I'm gonna actually take pest summoning because we have a deadly brew. So the plan is pest summoning. Hold up. Ooh, deadly brew, not so great. Yeah. And the problem is we don't have an actual permanent on the battlefield yet, so I'm gonna set it up so that we kinda do. Quandrix Cultivator. Yeah, this pest token is ruining our deadly brew. We're kinda on the lookout for other removal at least. Needletorn Drake, also annoying. So I'm gonna hold back on this one. I'm definitely gonna swing with this. Our opponent is, yeah, they're splashing 1 black. Ooh, nice, harmonize. Oh, there's Biomathematician. They are going really wide here. So I'm willing to... This is actually better on defense than offense, so... Okay, let's say I swing with this one. I can play Tenured Incaster to make it a 4/4 just to trade... Just to get a little value and force our opponent to... Yeah, force our opponent to block like that. So now our Deadly Brew actually gets something good back. If our opponent tries to snipe this one, another Zoomancy. Wow, opponent... Well... Opponent not into Magecraft. Opponent... Okay, opponent's not thinking this through. I'm also questioning if our... Okay, so let's say I... Yeah, this is not gonna get any better, so I might as well. So I might as well just force the sacking of tokens. Get the Moldering Karok back. Yeah, not gonna be able to cast any of them though, so we're gonna hold back. Yeah, we're kind of stuck on mana. That's a bit of an issue. Mage Hunter's Onslaught, yuck. If we block, we lose a life. But currently, we are not in danger. We're not in that much danger yet. Like, I'm tempted to just play the Karok here. Yeah, one, because our opponent has seen it. Two, I have no real intention of blocking this anytime soon. Opponent seems to be flooded right now. Well, we're starting to hit the ARF version of the flood. So now we have an alternate plan. Our opponent's gonna have to answer this, or else I'm just gonna keep dinging for 2. Well, they did have an answer. Okay. But opponent's still really flooded. Well, so are we. So the play now is I'm probably gonna swing with this one. I'm just taking the hits like a good. Ooh, wow. Oh wow, that's super big. 12-12. Hold on. So interesting plan. None of these have trample. So we're kind of delaying time, I guess. So it's actually in my best interest to it's actually my best interest to keep ding. I'm assuming our opponent has a combat trick. I can't really do anything about that. Trample would be kind of painful. Quandrix command, return target creep. Is there a card I don't want them to get back? Okay, cancel it for. Oh wait, no. Let that resolve. That might be a mistake because there is a card that lets you search. So. So let's see, 12, 13. This has to hold back to block though. Yeah, we might be in real trouble here. Like, I am forced to chump. There's no way around it. My only chance of winning is literally just gunning our opponent down, but I need to have a steady stream of creatures. Umbral Juke. Okay. Opponent just had everything. Well, the Harmonize was very good. Let's see, we gotta hunt for specimens. see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. How much mana do I have? 7. So it's a 5. Yeah. I think I was better off getting Inkling Summoning at that rate, but no, it didn't really matter. I did move 1 Pest Summoning main board. Yeah, opponent had a very solid... And they were able to afford this Black Splash. Good for them. Oh. Okay, I don't feel bad about losing anymore because our opponent just has everything.
This is my favorite part. Watch the life essence fade.
Like, they had... Like, wow, they had everything there. That is one really mean draft on their end. Good for them. I can see our opponent easily getting really far. So we talk about synergies and a whole lot, but sometimes you get by with a lot of the you get by with a lot of rares. Sometimes they just fall on your lap. I don't know if I can say I'm bitter that it happened to them and not to me, but nah, it's fine. That's sometimes how it goes. Can't complain too much about that. Actually, I'm gonna cancel a bit. I'm gonna rethink that one a bit. We got our card draw spell. That's the good news. We could have used more, but that's something. Like a Professor's Warning would have been fine, but I have nothing I would want to swap out for it. Like big play. An argument could be made for swapping big play with Professor's Warning. An argument could be made. No, I think this is fine. Yeah, the Crushing Disappointment is fine. I'm just trying to... Yeah, we have to be very careful with our mana base. It's really heavy there. I think in those last games, having more... I think we had more chances with the 2/3 flyers rather than just the 3/3 trample lifelink. Only because we don't exactly have ways to grow them that much. We're just waiting for our next match. Any match onwards could be our last, so we have to be a bit careful on that one. At least we lasted more than an hour this time. So, okay, we got our match in. Let's see. We also had to yeah, we do have the disadvantage of being heavily reliant on... Okay, this one's fine. Like, I can decide between the Cram Session or just dropping the Archway Commons. Most likely, it's just Archway Commons early. I think the later you play the Learn spell, the better it is. Because, because you have a better understanding of the situation. I'm starting to think that I would want to take cards like Environmental Sciences a little bit earlier. Would like to hit the 4th mana about now also. Biomathematician. I might just play the 2nd Blood Researcher. Basically, if I'm going to go out like this, I want to get extra value from here. Yeah, missing that land drop hurt. Ooh, opponent is doing the Quandrix Prismari special. Opponent probably not enough. Yeah, Containment Breach not so great. Opponent hasn't played anything along those lines. I think I want to take... I'm gonna take the Introduction to Prophecy because I am kind of shorting out on cards. I am willing to swing. I'm willing to swing with both of these. Basically, it's trade It's trade one of the 3/3s for one of their 2/2s. Because our opponent's now showing red. Heated Debate is probably going to come down soon, so I might as well force the trade if possible. If our opponent keeps the Quandrix Apprentice behind, they are gonna lose 2 creatures, but it probably means that the Quandrix Apprentice is more important than than having an extra body. If they block with the Apprentice, that means the Apprentice is not... Okay, so our opponent just said that the Apprentice is important. Opponent curates. Yeah, I figured that's what happened. That's why our opponent was willing to do that. What was the effect? Reveal a land card among them. Okay, so our opponent whiffed on the land card part. So now they're resolving the curate part. I'm the one who needs to hit a land now though. Yeah, I think our one weakness here is that we got a lot of good cards, but they're all 4 mana, so it's great, but it's still a weakness. Okay. I'm tempted to swing. I'm trying to remember if there's a flash. There is a flash creature. It is just -1. It's just -1, -0 though, so I can still snipe a Quandrix Apprentice that way. Could also be a pump spell. No, it has to be a flash creature. Okay, probably just an instant in response. Oh! Scry! Okay, now that's really concerning. What cards does our opponent have in hand that they're not able to cast on turn 5? Field Trip. Yeah, Quandrix. Wait, did they just whiff on lands again? Hold on. Look at the top 3 cards. You may reveal a land and put it in your hand. So he whiffed again. But he did get his lands now, so... How big are the spells in his hand that he's whiffing on them? Okay, the good news is I know that I can snipe Fractal Summoning with... Okay, this might be a heated debate now. Opponent's really not playing anything, huh? Could it be the dragon? There is a 3 mana sorcery, so it will wipe everything, including the Quandrix Apprentice. I sure hope our opponent's not relying on just dropping this one. Yeah, that's a 6. Yeah, that'll be a 6/6. He has an effect. Explosive Welcome. Okay. Gets 3 mana, doesn't have much. I can still safely swing with this one though, that's fine. I could introduction and hope for a 3-drop, but I know I don't have that many of them, so I'm actually gonna just drop the Spectre. So our opponent? Okay, they had an Explosive Welcome, so that's one big 8-drop. Do they have another one? It's reasonable. This is an uncommon, so it's reasonable that they probably just haven't... Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do the fract... I will really be happy if they play the Fractal Summoning for all of their marbles, but... Oh, they did for all of the marbles. Okay, they did get the land. They played the land already, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on. Opponent forced to block. I think we might get them down low enough that Crushing Disappointment might kill our opponent. 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, yes, it's low enough. Okay, opponent needs to have a board wipe and needs to have a. This is gonna be so interesting. We might get our Biomathematician. He needs to kill this one or else he's dead on board already. Overgrown Arch, that's not it. A life gain effect would be annoying though. Yeah, he needs to have. Wow, he needs to have so many things because there are many ways I can kill him. Well, he doesn't know about this one yet. And apologies to my opponent if you're not actually a he. It's just force of habit. I would not be surprised if they start. No, I think it's a bad idea to implement. Oh, how I want to be called, like say a marker. But because sometimes you just want to be anonymous on the internet, and that's fine. Nobody needs to know if you're male, female. Okay, opponent has nothing left. Male, female, neither, both, human, Cylon, dog. It's only my business if you make it your business. If you want it to be my business. If you don't want, I don't need to worry about it. So we're still on the edge. Next loss could be our last, but at least we got 2/3 of our gems back. Well, technically this is a free pass. I kind of want at least one more win. Yeah, we kind of got. No, I think, but that's an interesting thing because Quandrix wants to ramp up, but you want to ramp up and do something meaningfully. Like, there were several turns where our opponent was just taking hits. I would not call it relying on. Okay, now this one we have a hunt for specimens, we have a field trip, we have a big play maybe. So this is super risky, but I am going to keep this. Okay, fine. Risk rewarded, sort of. So turn 2 hunt, turn 3. I kind of want to save the Deadly Brew for when I do have a permanent, but if our opponent drops a creature big enough, I might not care. Negate? No negate, so let's go Pest Summoning. Could be Curate though. No, Elemental Masterpiece discards a token. So this is a Prismari's esque deck. So we need to be relatively fast. At least we do have a field trip to get us going. Alternate plan. Lash of Malice. And take Inkling Summoning. Opponent actually did. I didn't realize our opponent actually did crack that token. Maybe I do. No, let's play this now. So I'm not going to have access to Containment Breach, which might be an issue. Opponent's playing mono blue? Looks like it. So I'm going to play this knowing our opponent has a counter spell. That's pretty much the only one main reason to play mono blue. I'm just going to let it get... Oh, it didn't get countered. Okay. So I'm expecting red, then the removal spell. No waterfall aerialist. Now, yes, I am really aggressively trying to trade it off. Opponent's not buying it, though. Next turn, I'm probably going to go Inkling Summoning and maybe it's time for the Deadly Brew? No, opponent's still discarding tokens. They definitely have a way to cast this. Could they just be stuck on... Okay, I'm really concerned now. I think the Blood Researcher. Opponent probably has a counter spell for this. No. Okay, grows that one. Opponent has to have some sort of sideways shenanigan for this. Okay, he's blocking. Is it a burn spell? Heated Debate? I can just give it a big play just to ensure that the trade happens. Okay, let's see. Shock? Electrolyze. Can't protect both. But we now have a larger Blood Researcher, thank you very much. Opponent still... Okay, they have to have a mountain somewhere. Oh, and the life gain is even bigger. Hey. Okay, opponent. Yeah, unfortunately for opponent, they're forced to use all their treasures up for this. Okay, 8, 10. Oh, that's a perfect trade. I'm not willing to take that. Okay, do you have a way to gain life? Nope. I think our opponent literally just got stuck on red mana. There is no way that no way our opponent is. I refuse to believe our opponent is playing mono blue and just cycling those for treasures. Like, it's a good way to ramp into good stuff, but we have to remember all the good stuff is monocolored and multicolored. There is some good monocolored stuff, but not that many, and I'm drawing a blank when I'm thinking about the ones in blue. Anyway, we kind of almost made our gems back, so let's see if we can more than make up for it with one more win at least. But take note, any game could be our last. So, but otherwise, I am liking the situation we're in. Though I will be honest, that last deck is a bit of a doozy. The deck before that was okay. No, the decks that I saw that were really good was that Lorehold deck. That one's really good. Oh. Technically, we only have 4 more swamps left after this. I am actually willing to keep this one. Sure, we don't get to emergent sequence early, but we do have a Pest Summoning. We do have a Mage Hunter's Onslaught, so we have something. And we have an Archway Common, so... The bad news is this one's gonna be a 1/1, so not as good as before. Emergent Sequence, that's a better one. I'm probably just gonna go Pest Summoning here. Well, actually no, we can. It puts in the battlefield tapped. Just buy a little time there. Yeah, basically I want to avoid casting this unless I have a good plan in mind. We might have to mage. It's tempting to mage Hunter's Onslaught this one, especially if our opponent. Yeah, because this is our opponent's playing Tree Color. Can Dean of Substance. Okay, she can get a lot of advantage over time with this. I'm gonna accept that our opponent's ramped up a bit. I could have swung just to ding our opponent for one, but no, ding our opponent for one and another one for blocking, but not very meaningful. Bayou Griff. Ooh, full cast. I'm actually gonna go Inkling Summoning. Okay, so the next plan is Cram Session, Emergency, Cram Session for, what do you call that? Cram Session for Fractal Summoning, then Emergent Sequence. Flash of Malice, okay, expected. We're gonna end up with like a 4/4 dog, however. No, that's... We do have a Putrefy for removal. Otherwise, not much. Yeah, we're literally buying time in the worst possible way. I might just cast Cram Session just to take the hit. Ooh, wow. So, not too happy with just casting this one though, because our opponent, very good removal colors. Opponent is giving us the option. At least it gets one removal spell if that's the case. I sincerely doubt our opponent is trading off their land. Yeah, they have to have a pump effect. There you go. That's fine. That's fine. At least we forced them to use it, so we got it out of the way. But now we need to hit better effects at this point. I said better effects. Right now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we need to make this a 6/6. And if our opponent could have a counter spell, so that's a big issue. Okay, no counter spell. Opponent is also slightly flooding, but ours is worse. And they had the onslaught. I figured they would have it. Yeah. We're in real big trouble right now. I guess we can hit back for 2 since I'm... Oh, come on. Yeah, we're gonna lose this one if this is what's gonna happen. Deadly Brew is actually fine though. So though, what does it get us? Actually, it doesn't get us anything back. Oh no, it gets us the forest back. Bayou Gruff. Yeah. Turns out it's... Oh, wow. Well, we got flooded with land, so it can't do anything about that. Anyway, it is what it is. So we didn't get 5 wins, but we kind of got more than halfway. So I'm actually quite happy with this one. So if I want to make platinum, I probably will do one more draft before the end of the coming week. This coming week. So yeah, we'll see. I kind of want to at least make platinum on this one, but hey, 3 packs, not bad. 1400 gems, not bad also for the free draft token. So there we go. That's it for this episode of the Magic Arena Run. Okay, so let's see what this is. Versus Rage. It's okay, but it's not the most exciting one. I'm actually going to come up with a top 10 list of cards I wish were in the Mystical Archives. It's probably going to center around the allied colored ones, because if you want to get allied colored ones, it's a secret lair. I'm thinking of cards that would have fit well here in the set. There's a way around it, actually. You did get a nice Croson Grip, though. So what is this? Crackle Whip. Okay, I approve. There you go. So this one is a rare. Torrent Sculptor, Flamethrower Sonata. Gonna have to read up on a lot of these. A lot of these cards are not exactly seeing play quite yet. Okay, we got. So this is an archive. It is Oh, nice, Inquisition. I might get back into Historic, but it will be very mean when I do. Anyway, that's it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching. Thank you to Patrick Antonio for asking questions. Thanks, Ethan, for throwing a like. Thank you, H.S. Snyder, for throwing a like also. I'm going to be looking up the notifications, because unless you actually like on the video, I have no way of seeing it right now. Yeah, comments are a fickle thing and all that. But anyway, that's it for this episode. Yeah, thank you to those who are still watching this one. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone. Take care.